Some may say the entertainment industry is one which presents itself with many challenges. We've seen various bars, nightclubs, restaurants open and shortly after close after a few months. Our guests today are no strangers to the bar and entertainment/event management in and around the entertainment capital of St. Lucia, which is Rodney Bay. The entrepreneurial journey has had its ups and downs like most businesses, being a catalyst for exciting challenges in the local entertainment scene. Their success has times attracted heavy criticism and controversy. In 2012, they launched a community bar called Jammers, located in Corinth, which expanded to another location in Gruzili. Soon after, eager for a fresh challenge, they took on the revamp of Happy Day Bar, which at the time was a former hotspot. With that becoming a success, they took their venture to the Rodney Bay Strip and infused life with Verve and by extension the popular Verve events, which has brought you Vice, Live in Color, Onyx, Hooked, Sunlit, Priv, Aura, Soaked, Memoir, just to name a few. Right. In 2018-2019, they undertook a mammoth project named Zuvo Carnival Band, which attracted revelers both locally, regionally, internationally, which in the eyes of many was a success. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, Dazzle Magazine's issue 23, cover feature. I would like to introduce to you Mr. Lamar Shameela and Miss Shameela Rambali.
Good morning.
Morning, guys. Morning. My brother, you did your research.
I did my research.
You did your research.
I was doing my research.
Yes. You touch on everything. Yeah.
You know.
And just listening to you, just saying it, hey boy, you've been around for a while.
Yeah. How many years? 7? More than that?
In business, over 7 years.
Yeah.
Over 7 years. Yeah.
Right. So how did it start? How did the first one, Jammers, start?
How the first one started? Jammers, that's my part-time job.
Right.
Yeah. I was working as an accounts clerk.
Right.
That was it. Yeah. And we wanted to open up a bar. And Shameela encouraged me to just, do it and, straight from work, go to the bar and open up and try and make something happening, something running in the Corinth community.
Right.
That was the exciting times.
Yes. Why a bar and why Corinth?
Why a bar? Because the company I was working for, they had operations in different bars. Yeah, with the gaming machines, So I just went ahead and chose the bar life.
And Shameela, your influence, you said, all right, let's go for it. What did you see in Lamar at the time, right? And even your dreams and aspirations, Yeah, because it's you guys doing it together, So encouraging in him from the first one. Right? How did that come about?
Well, to be honest, it's something I always spoke about and how we started getting into this thing. It was almost as in creating an opportunity for yourself, because I lived away for quite some time, working away, coming back. Lamar has always been somebody who wanted to do stuff for himself, even though he was at a job at the time. But coming back, it's almost like, okay, what do you do now? What job do you get into? Can you even find a job? So what do you make out of your present situation? Hey, let's start something. And Lamar started out working with Cage, and he said, hey, I want to do a bar.
Right.
I came home one time and Lamar is setting up the place. Lamar is already putting in lights, putting in all these things, and
Shameela's the first to say, Lamar, what Papi show you doing there? Right? But until she realized, when she came back home and realized, the bar had a nice vibe and the people and everything. That's a nice community bar. And then, and from there, she was a little more encouraged. And and you just continue with it.
Won't lie.
But at first, Shameela's Papi show there.
Yeah. Right. And then that evolved into the one in Gruzili.
One in Gruzili. Yeah, the little bar in Gruzili. It's still running up to today. That's something a lot of people don't know. That one been running for 6 years? About 6 years, close to 7 years. Yeah.
And then from there you took it on to
Happy Day Bar.
Now, the thing with Happy Day, for me at the time, it was a hot spot at one time, but before you took it over, it was dead. No one was going there again, right?
Yeah.
So that in itself was a risk, right? So
that's a big risk.
Yeah. So why?
I don't know.
It's all the way at the back, because you know what people say, right? The entertainment in Rodney Bay only happens on the strip. If you pass the strip going down, right, towards Bay Gardens, most likely your business won't survive. Right? But that didn't happen for you.
Yeah.
Right. So tell us about that.
Yeah, I remember when we were jammers, our supervisor, Davis, at the time, she was like, Lamar, I see you have that energy and you like doing those things. Let's try and do something Happy Day Bar. And she went ahead, organizing negotiations and whatnot. And then I was like, no, that cannot work. It cannot work. But then they encouraged me to try doing it. And there's a risk because everybody's by Delirious. Around that area there.
Delirious was popping at the time.
Yeah, everybody there. And for us to go all the way down there, like for nobody to come down there, for down there to be like a desert, you know, that was a risk. But you know, at some point we just say, you know what, let's just try it. Win, lose or draw. And so said, so done. Yeah, we just went in there. I mean, the first few days that was so hard because you open up business, you're so excited, and then you see like about 4 cars coming there, and I was like, wow. We're gonna make a little run on the road, and I seen like Delirious. So many people. But I used to feel so bad. So then I just going home early and just go and sleep. But you know, just eventually, you know, just going hard and it picked up. Yeah, thankfully. Yeah.
Because I think for me that was more or less like a community bar too. I'll tell you why. Because all of us used to just go there and chill.
Yeah.
You know. I don't know why. But I think they had a nice atmosphere, nice vibes. I was a booth of Hershey's. Right?
Oh yeah.
Because Hershey's Vladdy used to DJ there as well, right? But it wasn't anything big, right? So that's why I think people liked about it at the time. So why move if that was
why move?
And why move, and where did you go to after?
Why move? Should I even say that? Like I mean, like the reality is like they kicked us out because I mean what happened is I mean it is what it is, you know. The place picked up and you know, I guess the landlord wanted to run the bar himself, you know, and that's basically the truth.
Right.
Yeah, but at the time we were negotiating for Verve as well because the plan was always to have maybe 2, you know, let Verve be for a party environment and let jammers be let Happy Day Bar be for a chill environment. Yeah, and it just so happened that when they moved us out, that we were just about to move into Verve.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. And tell me about that moving to Verve.
And moving to Verve in itself was a next hard one because you know everybody was going elsewhere and whatnot, and everybody's saying, "Boy, what?
You're going?
There we go in." There's always been dead and whatnot because before us there was the next bar.
Yeah, Rehab.
That was nice. That was nice. Yeah. Yeah.
So Shameela, right? Where did you see Verve at the time when you got all those negative comments? Why everything is falling? You know, nothing is successful.
Boy, let me tell you, nerve-wracking. Literally, at least 8 out of 10 people said, "What are y'all doing? Why y'all want to go there? That's not gonna work." We literally used to go, man. I used to say, "Mama, just so we go in there for sure." Like what is everybody seeing that we're not seeing? What is there something that I'm missing? Then Lamar said, "You know what? You won't know until you try. I mean, the worst happened. It doesn't pick up. Close it down and you move on."
Right.
Yeah.
Well,
So
a lot of people can do that because a lot of people more or less go down with the sinking ship.
Yeah.
Right. But Shameela, was there any strategy to keep Verve Rodney Bay afloat, like from the onset?
I mean, to be honest, Rankin, there was no real strategy in place. It's almost that you put your heart into something, you put your soul into something, you put your energy into something, and things just kind of fell into place. It's nothing to say that we said, oh, you know, we need X amount of people a day, or we need it just kind of flowed.
Right.
And people liked the vibe, people enjoyed it. We had a really nice opening, and things sort of flowed from there.
All right. So, May 18th, 2015.
You'll make me want to cry.
Yeah, so for all those who don't know, May 18th, 2015 is when Verve went up in flames and Lamar and Shameela lost everything.
It's a call you never want to get.
Right.
At 2 a.m.
Right. So what happened? Yeah, at 2 o'clock. Like, were you guys at the bar prior?
Were we
Was it
there that
open?
night? I don't think so. But what happened is that before May 18th, I believe, was it 3 weeks before that, there was an attempted.
Oh, okay.
I'm not sure if it's not something I think many people knew about.
Right.
But there was an attempted, I don't know, somebody attempted to burn down the place.
Right.
Literally 2 stools got burnt, and the fire engines happened to get there before that time. So when we got there, it was like, whew, a sigh of
in
relief.
fact, it wasn't the fire engines. There was somebody walking on the road.
Oh yeah, the fire engines came after.
And they saw that. Yeah, and they started just out in it, and they called.
And they called the
Yeah.
fire. Literally, yeah, that's true. 2 people just walking on the road saw the back of the bar in flames and started throwing water on it. And by the time we got there, all that got burnt at the time was maybe 2 stools.
Okay.
So it's almost like, wow, we really dodged a bullet there. But then, how many weeks after? About 3 weeks after?
3 weeks after, they were
3 weeks
successful.
after,
Okay.
Yeah.
we got the call and we just woke up like, wow,
Right. But
it finally happened.
do you guys put any measures in place
Oh, we
after
did.
the first incident?
We didn't put enough. That's what.
Yeah.
Enough.
We did not put enough measures after the first attempt.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. And then, how did you guys manage to recover? Because for me, that was a big loss.
But
Right. There are a lot of speculation, right, at the time of
oh yeah, that's
jealousy and etc. etc.
yeah. There's speculation. Speculation was jealousy. Competitors doing that. There were even some people saying we did that for insurance and whatnot. There's a lot of nonsense talk going on around. Yeah, but in terms of how we dealt with it, boy, that's hard.
Right.
That's hard. But the most you could just ride it out, It is what it is.
Right.
Yeah, a lot of times in life it is what it is, and just deal with it.
Right. So what came after that now?
And what came after that?
Because I know for sure you had like a slow period. So there was no bar. You have to think of revenue.
Oh yeah. Yeah, thankfully we had the other places still going, and were able to pay those bills and just move along.
So talk to us about the evolution of Verve events now.
Oh, the Verve events.
Because to me, the events came around that time.
They came around that time, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, because
I know
with Verve, it's always the crew of the whole crew, all of us, crew strong, and it's just everybody like doing a vibe, and start from a boat ride to just doing something on a golf course, and just go and just going on with the flow. Yeah, that's how it really started. When you have to pick up people like James and Logo, Jesse, just everybody. The list so long. Nickel, Jamil, Kareem.
Yeah.
The list is long, and Kimo, Kimo is our boy. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Cool. And with that, we've seen the Verve brand grow. And you've seen a lot of successful events. Bring happiness to people. But at the same time, with the trendsetters and leaders in the entertainment, you guys have come under a lot of criticism over the past couple of months. How do you handle that? And a lot of people would say that the Verve brand may not pay attention to certain aspects of the operation, right? Which in turn would lead to the unfortunate scenes, which we've seen in the media. But how do you handle that? Because I know for sure you don't set out for any bad intention.
Yeah. When you plan when you plan those events, you go through it thoroughly.
Yes.
Right. things do happen.
Right.
Anywhere around the world, things do happen at events that people just absolutely don't plan for.
Yes, of
you know, and this year it happened to us. Yeah, it was hard. It was hard. You know, a few things happened. Yeah, I don't want to really go into detail because we don't have the whole morning. Yeah, but in terms of criticism, you always have to listen. You always have to listen, and you know, and when you listen to it, you have to sift through and see, you know, this person has a valid point. That person, and, you know, you write that down. You sleep on it, and it can only help you improve. Yeah, but there's nothing personal about it. It's just people and their opinion. Likewise, I mean, you still have to be wary of, you know, some people just maybe want to be malicious with it.
Right.
You know, and which is understandable, but it is what it is. It is there for you to improve. Yeah.
Okay, so Shameela, with that being said,
and I was just coming to say, like Lamar said, it's almost, I mean, it's the type of industry we're in. You could put every single thing in place. You sift through, you put things in place. Something can still happen.
Right.
It's just, it happens in every single industry, and which is probably like a good and bad, which is why we're always changing. It's an ever-changing industry. You always have to keep fresh. You always have to change things up. There's not a specific recipe that we stick to for every event. Every event is different. Every location is different. Every year is different. So you almost find that every 2 years, every 3 years, we have to change it up. We have to keep it fresh. We have to keep on our toes constantly. So it's nothing that stays. It's not simple. There's no specific recipe we stick to. We always find ourselves having to change things up and having to deal with all these criticisms, which we take in all the time. And we always tell people, you know, we welcome it. You are patrons. You're the ones coming to the events. We want to hear from you. We want to hear, did you have a good time? Did you have a bad time? Tell us what it is. People always think, oh, we don't want to tell you anything. We don't want you to feel bad. We don't feel bad at all.
Right.
I mean, we take everything. I mean, like Lamar said, you sift through certain things, people who just want to say things, and people who are genuinely interested in, hey, we usually have a good time. We didn't have a good time this time, but what happened? And you know, we move on from there.
Okay, that's great. And definitely you guys learn from your
Of course.
Definitely have to learn from that.
and put measures in place so that the next event.
Why wouldn't we?
Yeah.
Why wouldn't we? We don't want our events having a bad name or people just not enjoying themselves at all, which is key.
Right. So let's talk about the award-winning Zuvo Carnival band. Right. It was your first year. That's 2018. No,
2019.
Well, 2018 still because you started your prep from end of 2018.
Yeah.
Pretty much, because we launched in 2019,
Okay,
January
launched,
2019.
Right. Cool. So why a carnival band? Yeah.
Why a carnival band?
Why a carnival band?
Why? For sure. Why?
Yeah.
Why a carnival band?
Because I've never thought about it.
I think it was a challenge. Yeah. You know, what's the next challenge?
Almost like what's next?
What's next? What more
What's
can we do?
next?
Yeah, and that was the birth of it. Yeah.
Right. And we know that carnival bands, they have their challenges because we've heard the horror stories from previous bands, you know, over the years, right? So, and as I said, that's a mammoth undertaking right there, you know. So your strategy was different from launch, even though you launched, because I was at the launch, even though it was not a big launch, there were attendance, right? People in attendance, but the strategy from that launch date to the delivery of costumes, because you are a new band. Like, why should I trust you with my money?
Yeah.
You have I know your mom for being in carnival, but you know
that was understandable. Why jump with us? It's our first year. You know, next thing nonsense happen, you know, because we just not experienced in that.
Right.
That's to the outside world, you know, and I don't blame people for thinking that, you know. And you big up everybody who had that confidence in us, who decided, you know what,
we'll take the chance.
We will take the chance and jump with those guys. Yeah.
Right. How many awards you won this year?
How many? We won second place, Spirit of the Year.
No,
Spirit of the Year.
First place Spirit of the Year. second place Band of the Year. And we also got second place Queen of the Bands.
Right.
What else? I think
To me, there was about three or four.
You did both King and Queen, or just?
Yeah, we did both.
We had both a King and a Queen.
Yeah.
Now I know a lot of bands, they don't participate in that part of Carnival.
Okay.
Right? So you as a new band, how come?
But I don't know.
Into it?
I don't know. I think like it was just a no-brainer because you see, I grew up in Carnival with my mom and whatnot, and always been involved in King and Queen of the Bands.
Yeah.
So like it just came natural.
Yeah.
It just came natural, and I don't know if you are aware, but I carried the King costume.
Yes.
You know, that's my first time carrying it. I didn't practice anything. You know, on that stage was the first time carrying it. That was exciting.
Yeah, because there's a technique to carry this costume.
Apparently, there's a technique. But
jump around.
Yeah.
Right. So and
big up Tani. Tani came second with the Queen.
Okay.
Yeah.
Tani carried the Queen costume.
Unfortunately, I didn't place, but but next year. Yeah.
All right, cool. So being on the road, seeing all those rebels, how many people did you have in the band in total?
Ranking. The band, we are nice. We are nice on the road.
Very nice.
I got a nice number on the road. We got a nice number. Yeah. It actually shocked me, to see the band on the road, because I remember Roll, our head designer, he was telling us that it's gonna be emotional when we go on top of the truck and just watch the entire band flow.
Right.
And so said so done. When I went up there and just watched all the colors and everybody from behind the truck to in front of the truck, that like there's not much words can describe that kind of feeling, because Carnival, so much goes into it. Carnival is a year-round job.
It's an annual job, literally. Just seeing what you've been working on for the past year, from going from your designs to the process with your designers, sitting with your team, putting your road experience in place, your distribution experience. It's almost like wow, and seeing people happy, their costumes fit, they feel good, they have their feathers, girls glowing. It's honestly so rewarding. I didn't even have a costume, and I was probably the happiest person on the road. Everybody's like, Shameela, why you have no costume? I say, you don't even know. I'm feeling so happy right now.
Well, it's good that that was successful on your first
the first year. Also, we have to pick up Brent, Kenita, Gabi, like everybody. We have the whole New York team, and down here as well, our designers, Roll, Fonrose, Rion. There's so much went into it. Yeah.
So which, for me, it is up to us. Out of all what you do, which one, I'll ask you guys separately, individually, is your favorite? Which event product, or which product? So it could be an event, it could be the carnival, it could be jammers. Which product is your baby?
My baby?
Yeah.
But that's a difficult one. That's like asking you, like, which child is your favorite
child?
That's a difficult one. Ranking, I can't even answer that.
We can't pick a favorite child ranking. Somebody's going to, because it's almost like one started you out, but then I feel like Zuvo is so fresh. It almost feels a little more exciting than what you did before, because everything evolves. But you never feel disconnected from any at all.
Okay, with that being said, you discontinued Onyx, right?
No, I would say we discontinued Onyx.
Alright, okay. Is on the pause?
We planning for it, so it's not on a pause. We planning for it. As a matter of fact, after here, big up Digicel, we have some plans. Digicel, KFC.
So
we
what plans do you have in the
planning.
future? Right. What plans do you have in the future? That you can disclose right now.
That we disclose that definitely Zuvo 2020.
Yeah.
I can say that one for sure. Yeah.
You plan to take that Zuvo brand to other carnivals?
To other carnivals, not sure yet, because we like the local product. Zuvo, the St. Lucian product. Yeah, so we don't plan on right now. We don't plan on bringing it to any other island or other carnival band. No, we want to keep it local.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. And the ventures in the US.
Oh, the US, yeah.
So we've got Priv. the boat ride.
Yeah.
Right.
And then we
Yeah,
did
Sunlit.
and then we did Sunlit with Suede,
Right.
Upscale Society. Yeah, that was nice. That was nice. You know, there's something about this Innuition flavor that people just love, and you see the artists themselves going up there to Labor Day each year, and their songs keep getting bigger. Our culture keeps growing. It's something nice to just be part of.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Good. Yeah. Well, I
don't know why you didn't come up. To me, you're supposed to come up.
I'm planning October.
Oh, October.
Yeah.
That's Miami.
Yeah, that's Miami.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
There's something about Miami which that I gravitate to.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's because of the temperature, the atmosphere. Yeah. The climate,
maybe.
You know,
Yeah.
but
homey.
yeah, but Miami's a nice place. I think the diaspora is it's nice. It's a nice mix, you know. And I think you get. I'm not too sure if it's a lot more people than Labor Day, but I just think that Miami itself is a little controlled. You know?
It's good, yeah.
Yeah.
You're right.
That's true.
Yeah, it's a little bit more controlled, and it'll be good to see you guys over there. You know, expanding the brand.
Sending bait.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's good, because again you create opportunity not just for yourself, but as you said, our local artists, they do get a platform, and I guess you had some revelers from Zuvo.
Oh yeah,
out of the US attended the event, right? Yeah, so
I real happy for the artists, and to see the music playing a lot up there.
And our DJs. As
Oh
well.
yeah, our DJs as well. Yeah.
There.
All right, guys. Well, thank you for coming on.
Oh, that's it already.
Thank you for Dazzle Hangout.
Yeah.